to the NFL Preview Show. I am Reese Levin along with my partner Avery Newport. Today we will be talking about the NFC West. First team up, the Seahawks. What are your predictions about the Seahawks?
I think the Seahawks are going to be a 12-11 win team. After their Super Bowl run, you see teams over the last couple of years, they kind of fall off in the regular season and they don't make the postseason. The Ravens, the Giants, they didn't win any postseason games. The Packers didn't either. So, I don't know. I feel like this team could probably end that streak. They did lose a couple players in the offseason that were key contributors, but I still think that the Seahawks can be a very good team in the NFC.
I would agree with you, but the thing is, if you lose like your main components of your offense and defense, like Richard Sherman, Russell Wilson, Marshawn Lynch, then your whole team might fall apart. Their backup, Forrest Jackson, is pretty good for a backup, but if you lose Marshawn Lynch, you lose basically the whole running game. So
it's true.
They need to stay healthy.
And the Seahawks were one of the best running teams in the NFL last year, so adding on to your point.
Next team, the 49ers. They are opening a new stadium, so maybe that will help them. But if they keep up the running game with Colin Kaepernick and Frank Gore in the backfield, Vernon Davis as their tight end, and Crabtree, if he can stay healthy, then I think this team can beat the Seahawks in the NFC West division.
Yeah, I like the strategy that the 49ers are using by drafting lots of running backs in the NFL draft and picking them up in free agency because Frank Gore's had a career filled with injuries. And so if he goes down, they have lots of other options to continue adding on to that very powerful running game. So I think the 49ers are definitely going to be a force in the NFC West.
Next team up, the Cardinals. I think this team has a lot of potential because last year we saw Carson Palmer and Bruce Arians' offense, and I think it worked a lot. Their running backs were really solid. We have Larry Fitzgerald and Michael Floyd there, so we have some options for passing. And then our defense, we have Darnell Dockett and Calais Campbell on the front line, but we lost Darrell Washington to drug charges. So, and then we have Patrick Peterson as a cornerback, and then Tyrann Mathieu if he can get back to being healthy in the safety position.
Yeah, I think the defense took a huge blow there when Washington was suspended for the entire season because he was really the anchor, the middle of that whole defense, and losing him is going to be very crucial to the defense's possible, falling off. But the offense looks pretty good. Andre Ellington, as a rookie last year, had very nice numbers. A big game against Atlanta, if I remember correctly. So I feel like the offense can still be pretty good, but the defense is, I don't know, I feel like losing Washington could really affect them negatively this year.
And the last team will be the St. Louis Rams. Sam Bradford, one of the dominant quarterbacks in that division. He can be up there with Russell Wilson and Colin Kaepernick, but they lost Steven Jackson, so that'll be a big blow to their running game.
Yeah, I feel like Sam Bradford can have a good year, but the problem is he's injured every year. Last year he tore his Achilles, I think, and was out for the year. So if he can come back healthy, I think the Rams can be a pretty good team in that division, a very tough NFC West division.
And then the defense. Michael Sam being drafted. I think he might be a key contributor.
Well, if he makes the team, then he might be able to get some sacks on that defense. He's a very good pass rusher. He was the SEC Defensive Player of the Year. So I think he can, if he makes the team, he can, be positive for them.
That's all the time we have for the NFL Preview Show. For Avery Newport, I'm Reese Levin.